Welcome back to FDVN's channel. In today's video, we will introduce a new lesson on the topic of correspondence and memoranda. A. Correspondence. 1. Letter writing conventions. Beginning a letter. When beginning your letter, note the following conventions. Dear Sir opens a letter written to a man whose name you do not know. Dear Sirs is used to address a firm where at least one of the members of the firm is male. When writing to American firms, Dear Sir or Madam is preferred, since it does not assume that the person who opens the letter will be a man. Dear Mesdames, extremely formal and rarely used, is used to address a firm where all the members are female. Dear Madam is used to address a woman, whether single or married, whose name you do not know. Dear Sir or Madam, or Dear Sir/Madam, is used to address a person when you do not know their name or sex. Note: when you know the name of the person you are writing to, but do not know them well, the salutation takes the form of Dear followed by a courtesy title, i.e. Mr., Ms., Miss, Mrs., etc., and the person's surname. Initials or first names are not used with courtesy titles, e.g. Dear Mr. Smith, not Dear Mr. J. Smith or Dear Mr. John Smith. Persons who you know well can be addressed using just their first name, for example, Dear John. In British usage, a comma after the salutation is optional, that is, Dear Mr. Smith, or Dear Mr. Smith. In American usage, it is customary to put a colon after the salutation, that is, Dear Mr. Smith. 2. Ending a letter. If the letter begins Dear Sir, Dear Sirs, Dear Madam, Dear Mesdames or Dear Sir or Madam, the ending should be Yours faithfully. When writing to American firms, Respectfully Yours, very formal, or Yours truly, less formal, should be used. If the letter begins with a personal name, for example, Dear Mr. Jones, Dear Mrs. Brown or Dear Ms. Porter, it should end with Yours sincerely. The American equivalent is Sincerely or Sincerely Yours. A letter to someone you know well may close with a number of different informal phrases. Examples include: with best wishes, best wishes, with best regards, best regards, kindest personal regards, best. Avoid closing your letter with old-fashioned phrases, such as, we remain yours faithfully. Commas after the complimentary close are generally not used in legal letters. The complimentary close is usually placed on the left, aligned under the rest of the letter. Reference table, letter endings. The table below provides a quick guide to ending your letters, according to the title used in the opening. B. Memoranda. 1. General points. Memoranda, usually known as memos, are written internal communications that advise or inform staff of new policies, procedures, events or decisions. They are usually quite formal and impersonal in style. Memos may be addressed to one other person or to a number of persons. They may be put on a notice board for everyone to see, or circulated in internal mail. 2. Layout. Firms often use headed paper for memos. This gives less information about the firm than the letterhead for external correspondence, but indicates which department has issued the memo. The memo should state at the top of the first page, the persons to whom they are addressed, the person who wrote the memorandum, the date, the subject. Important points or long lists of points are usually best presented using bullets or numbers. 3. Content. A typical memo might be structured as follows: the memo should have an appropriate title, one that accurately reflects the contents, and preferably one for which a file can easily be selected. The first paragraph of the memo may be used to explain the background to the issue that the memo refers to. The memo should have an appropriate title, one that accurately reflects the contents, and preferably one for which a file can easily be selected. The first paragraph of the memo may be used to explain the background to the issue that the memo refers to. The main part of the memo should be used to explain concisely. What is going to happen? Why it is going to happen? When it is going to happen? How it will affect people? Who will be affected? The next part of the memo should explain what should be done by anyone affected. The last part of the memo should advise staff where they can go for an explanation and how to communicate their comments or complaints. The memorandum should be signed by the writer. 4. Example Memorandum. Grange, Arthurs & Co. Ltd. 62, Martin Avenue. Sheffield. To all employees. Date, February 13, 2008. From, Michael Bryanston. Subject, Litigation Department move. You have no doubt heard that due to pressures on our office space resulting from the firm's rapid expansion, it has become necessary to move some staff members to another location. The partners have decided that the whole of the litigation department will be moved to new premises at 53, Smith Street, Liverpool. The relevant details of the move are as follows. 1. The move will take place over the weekend of December 13-April. 2. The members of staff who will be moving include John Stiles, Emily Lane, Bernard Hill, Giles Flaxton, Mary Peebles, and Larissa May. 3. Staff affected by the move are asked to pack their computers, books, and other work items into the storage boxes provided by the removal firm no later than 4:00 p.m. on Friday, April 11th. If needed, more boxes can be obtained from Jane Baxter. 4. An external IT contracting firm will visit the premises at 53, Smith Street on Monday, April 14th to set up the computers and establish the internal network. Therefore, we will have a training day for the whole firm, details of which will be announced later. If anyone has any questions regarding the move, please contact me, Michael Bryanston, Senior Partner.